What's up, guys? How are you doing? It's Mr. Tech over here. I'm here to discuss what exactly is going on with Bitcoin. Everyone seems really excited with everything going on, including myself, because this has been the most bullish we've been for a past for the past couple of months now, and this is actually a good sign because there are a lot of things that are pointing in the direction of a trend reversal of the market. Um, for the past couple of months now, you notice that if you look at the charts, we've been in a a downtrend. Basically, the market has been very bearish. We've had a couple of things to indicate that we're bearish. Things like the typical bear flags and staircase patterns leading to the downtrend. You can see at this point here, over here, we had a drop to the side, and then we had a small rally, and then we dropped all the way down again. We had a small rally, and then we dropped all the way down again. We had a little rally, only to keep dropping a little more, right? But this time we didn't break below. That's just to show you that the downside momentum is kind of reducing, right? And then this time we kind of bottomed out here and we found a little support, but we still dropped down, and now we've gone back to recapture this support level. Anything that makes us break below a particular support level, and then the market reverses and then reclaims that place as a support level, that's definitely a good sign. And the reason why I don't think we're going to keep trading downwards is because of this thing that I've been talking about over and over and over and over again, the market cycles. Do not ignore the market cycles, guys. This thing is literally what would differentiate you from the regular guys who don't know what's going on. The market has cycles, and the big whales are playing according to the cycles, so you need to pay attention. Everything affects the cycles, including the US dollars and all of that. We're going to get into all of that in this video. I'm going to be discussing the US dollars and how it's affecting crypto. I'm going to be discussing a whole bunch of stuff. But basically, from what I've just said, you can see that we've definitely had a trend reversal. So look at this here. I've shown one thing to indicate that we are in a trend reversal, and that thing is the fact that, see, look at this support level over here. For the fact that we've broken above, what happened was that we actually made this support level and turned it into a resistance. As you can see, we flipped it into a resistance at this point here, but it didn't maintain that level as a resistance. I actually thought it was going to maintain the level as a resistance level, but we did not maintain that level at all. As a matter of fact, we broke above it, and now that we've broken above it, what we want to see is either we keep soaring higher or we come down a little to retrace and find some level of support at this point, and then continue going up. And that would just be the typical thing that would expect to happen. That would just be the typical reversal pattern. Okay, so let me go over to the dollars chart now and let me show you exactly one of the things. Another thing that has me excited about the market at this point. Um, you may or may not know this, but the US dollars actually trades in contrast to other tradable assets like Bitcoin and stocks and S&P 500 and stocks like that. So whenever the US dollars starts going up, these assets start going down basically. And it's not a coincidence. Basically, you will understand it because it only makes sense once you are not trading the markets, once you're trying to get out of assets. Basically, you're converting your assets into cash, right? That is why the value of the dollar will go up and these assets will go down. That's just my opinion anyway. So I just wanted to point out some things here. um Something significant really happened lately, and this is what's driving me to think this way. I'm going to show you some indicators. This indicator that I'm about to show you is a something called the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. So these moving averages are indicators basically showing you the movement of the price moving within the 200 days and the moving averagely within 200 days and 50 days. So these lines this line, this blue, this lighter blue line. Maybe I should change the color, but I don't know if this is light blue or light green. But I guess you can see the difference. So this light blue here, or greenish turquoise blue, or whatever it is the 200-day moving average, and the more obvious royal blue is the 50-day moving average. So basically what has happened here, I've pointed out three different scenarios. One is at this point, at this point, and at this point. The similarities, look at them. So at this point here, you can see that this the 50-day moving average actually went below the 200-day moving average. All right, and when something like this happens, it's referred to as a death cross. Now, the death cross basically means that the prices will go lower. So look at this here. Immediately that death cross happened, the price of the dollar, the value of the dollar dropped significantly. I mean, drastically, for over a year, from May 17th all the way to from 25th of May 2017 all the way to the 8th of June in 2018, almost a year before the 50-day moving average went above the 200-day moving average again. And if you go to the chart of Bitcoin, let's go to May in 2017. Let's see what Bitcoin was doing at that time. And on this Bitcoin chart here, you can see that on the 25th of May as well, this was kind of like the period when Bitcoin started to actually move up. And from here all the way to this point here, you can see that from this point all the way to here is about 755% in profit. That's the almost the peak of the market in 2017. So basically, how the dollar moves affects the price of tradable assets like Bitcoin, S&P 500, and other stocks like that. Let me show you another example real quick. Over here on another time that we had that death cross again was on the 7th of July in 2020. 7th of July in 2020 was literally just after the COVID crash, and then the dollar kept on dropping. I'll show you. Let me show you again in the price chart so that you can see that these things that I'm actually saying is actually real. So this is the COVID crash here, and we are looking at this period. Exactly was around this point here after the COVID crash. So look at this. After the COVID crash, right? Then the dollar had the death cross, and then we had a flat out movement on Bitcoin, and then prices started going up all the way to 60,000. Let's see, from this point here all the way to the top of the market was around 548% in profit. So you can see that there is a whole lot of correlation in these things. Let's check the last example, which is the one that is most recent and where it could put us. As you can see, the last one was 700 and something percent in profit. The previous one was 500. So basically the reward gets smaller over time. That's just what this means. So right now we've had that death cross again. We had it on the 6th of January this year. We had the death cross on the US dollars. And as you can see, it keeps dropping harder, and Bitcoin just moved. So you can see that there is a whole lot of price correlation in these assets. So looking at Bitcoin now, you can see that Bitcoin has just made a really significant move right now after the death cross on the US dollars. One more thing I want to talk about is a particular trading pattern, a particular chart pattern called the falling wedge. Let me just move to another chart here. So the falling wedge basically is a bullish signal, just like the rising wedge is a bearish signal. This is how the falling wedge looks like actually. So if we take it all the way from here to this bottom here, and then we can draw this like this, exactly. So this is a falling wedge, and as you can see, whenever there's a falling wedge, what we are looking out for if you're trading is a breakout. And as you can see, we have actually just broken out of that falling wedge. We not just only broke out of the falling wedge, we also broke out of what could have been a potential resistance. we also broke out of what could have actually been a potential resistance. This is my stand on the market actually, and I'm actually thinking to be making a whole lot of crazy trades this period. Um, I've actually decided to trade Cardano more recently. I did that on my Telegram group. You might want to check the link in the description below, and you're going to just click on it. It's free and join in. You're just going to see my trades when you join in. Alright guys, so that's all I have for today. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you about the fact that Bitcoin has literally just begun moving. Of course, do not take any of this as financial advice. I will never give you financial advice, alright? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.